Hello, Eric Chen here. We did this webinar today, and unfortunately, GoToWebinar mess up the recording, so we missed about 30 minutes of the beginning of the presentation. So what I'm going to do now is I will do this manually, do this again. Let's get right into it. I cannot even speak now. So let's get right into this, okay? So this webinar is about design your life for business breakthroughs. In the past webinars, what I always talk about is campaign secrets, campaign tricks, traffic, all those kind of stuff. But today we are going to look at from a different angle, from a high level, and see why we do not have business breakthroughs, why we are being stuck somewhere. And what we will cover today, and like I said, this is not about the new Facebook hacks, not about the secret traffic sources or some campaign tricks. And we will zoom out and look at the big picture. I always believe all the things in the universe are interrelated. So whatever you do, it can either help you to achieve your goal or it can sabotage you. So you need to look at all the elements in your life and design it in a way so it can facilitate and help you speed up to achieve your dreams. Okay, if you do not design your life, you will be at the mercy of others to decide what to do and where to go. And if we can use this analogy, if someone trying to lose some weight, they can do all kinds of things. They can take the pills, they can go to the gym, they can buy a program, pay a trainer. Whatever they do, it's very easy to lose some weight with whatever program you choose, but it's very hard to keep it off. So if you do not look at the whole lifestyle, you do not look at the higher level, the whole picture, it's very hard to have a consistent result. So same thing for your business. If you make a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, but you cannot find a way to stabilize your business, to scale your business, to finding business breakthroughs, it could well be it's not just your campaign tricks. It's not about your campaign knowledge or traffic knowledge. It's about something else. It's more than just that. So that's the purpose of today's webinar. I'm hoping to bring more insights into into your life, so you can look at your own life and see where it's missing and what you're doing wrong. Right? I will share with you all the major areas of how I design my life, everyday life. And I will also share with you my secret, simple secret of working 1 hour a day but generating multiple $1 million a year. I've been stuck at the $1 million level for the past 3 or 4 years. And until recently, last probably 6 months, I came to this breakthrough, and I'm looking at 3 million this year. So the reason I can do that is because all the different things I'm going to share with you today in this webinar. And I will also share with you the reasoning and the science behind each of my routine. And I will also share with you how to ask the right questions so you can have all the problems, all the issues solved, and that includes how you can bring the breakthroughs into your business. I will also give you all the resources you can refer to. If you want, you can dig deeper on each topic. And my life design is an integrated art of the Eastern and the Western. All right, there's wisdom, the Taoism, and also the Western science in it. I tried to organize this presentation, and this is finally I reached to this way. Probably where I should put a triangle here, but that's the idea. We're going to talk about 3 things: physicals, emotions, and minds. So we will first look at the physicals. Physicals is your body, is your foundation. How you organize your life, how you treat your body, and determines how far you can go. I've seen some people work so hard, they sacrifice their own health, they sacrifice their relationship, they don't spend time with their family, with their kids, and what's the point? No matter how much money you make, what's the point of doing that? So for the physicals, that's the foundation, and you need to get it right. And the best way for me to describe this is look at my own daily routine. So this is the big recap, big picture of all the hours I am going to talk about. And you can see it starts at 5 a.m. So you want to get up early. It's well to be up before daybreak, for such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. So that's Aristotle said. Um, there are plenty of people get up early, and successful people get up early. If you want, you can check out this link. 29 successful people who wake up real early, and you can see many people are early risers, and there's a reason to it. Okay, and I get up at 5. Wake up at 5 automatically. Sometimes early, 4:30. Sometimes a little bit late, like 5:30. That's no big deal. That's fine. I do not need to have an alarm to wake me up. So after I get up, I will drink a full glass of warm water, 60 degrees, and that kind of degree will be the most appropriate. It will help you speed up the blood flow and warm up your body, get your energy up. I don't drink coffee or tea. I do not want to take caffeine into my body. The only time I can drink coffee, I have to drink coffee, is actually when I travel. There's no much way you can get hot water, unfortunately, in this country or in the US. Okay, and after that, I will stretch for about 15 to 20 minutes. When I do the stretching, I would prefer to do the yoga way. Okay, why you want to do yoga, I will explain that in a minute. Then I will work on my one thing, and I will also explain what is one thing and what is my one thing. So basically, when everybody's still sleeping, I already get ahead. Okay, and let's first take a look at these chi channels. Stretching is a great way to force your chi flow, and it can squeeze out all the blockage inside your chi channels and the blood vessels. So if you look at this picture, this is the Chinese beliefs, and we all have these kind of channels inside our body. Some people say I can't see it, so I don't believe it exists. Some Western doctors, we cannot see the radio wave, right? But we can still listen to radio. So you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. All right. So I believe it exists because I personally can feel it, and I did some qigong before, so I know how the qi flows. So I know it's true, and also this has been around for thousands of years. If it's a sham, it's not going to be around, right? And it's very detailed how your energy moves up through your body, through different channels. And the way you want to do is actually you want to make sure your qi can flow freely. Okay, once it flows freely, you can have all the energy. It provides energy to your body, to all the organs, all the parts of your body. And if you want to know more about this kind of information, you can buy this book from Amazon. It's called The First 16 Secrets of Qi, Feng Shui for the Human Body. This guy is a Qigong master. It's a great book, and it has a lot of information about the Qi, and probably you will have a better understanding. All right. So I do not want you, or personally me, to do the qigong. It could take you years of practice to really see good results. The simple way, actually, there is a simple way to do this. Is by doing yoga. Yoga is the best option for stretching. When you stretch, you move your qi around. Okay, and it's very simple to do some basic or starting level yoga. You can go to YouTube and do a quick search, and if you have never done yoga before, you can search for yoga for beginners. And if you want, probably you can go to a yoga club, so you can join to become a member, whatever you want to do. Okay, for me, I just do some yoga. I learned online, and I'm not even good at it, but it doesn't matter. What matters is helps me to stretch my body and get my chi up in the morning. And the one thing I would focus on for this stretching is I try to prepare my body to do lotus sitting. if you ask a kid to do this kind of a lotus sitting, it's pretty easy, right? And but for us, for grown-ups, it's our body becomes stiff, hardened, so it's very hard to do this kind of sitting. The leg is not flexible anymore, so you need to practice and do all kinds of postures, so you can relax your muscles and just stretch your chi channels as well. So you will be able to do this. And that's my one thing. I want to do something which has the leverage, and this is my leverage. I want to do one thing in the yoga, that will be the lotus sitting. But to do this, I need to prepare, do a lot of prep work. Different postures like this one. This is the one I have to do, just to relax the body, so I will be able to do this. And now, I'm happy to report now I can do this, no problem. I can put my legs up this way, and this is my little one is doing his posture as well. Okay. Now, if you look at this one, look at this picture. When you do this, the back of your body and also the leg of the back is all stretched. So when it's stretched, the chi is flowing. It's hard to have something blocked there. If you do this every day, it's going to keep your body really flexible and also the chi flowing really, really freely. And it's going to do tremendous amount of benefits to your body. Okay, I can personally attest to that because after I do this, I no longer feel, sometimes I feel cold, before. Even in the summertime, I may feel coldness because, the back of my body is blocked. Because after I did this, it's through. No longer feel the cold and also feel warm all the time. All right, so let's talk about one thing. We all know about the 80-20 rule, but for me, it's not about 80-20. It's about 99 and 1. So I always ask myself in the morning, so what is the one thing I can do now that can bring profits to my business, ideally today or tomorrow or this week? So I want to do that thing. I only need to do that thing only. And my one thing is managing my campaigns. So I can set up a new campaign, or I can optimize the existing one. So that's all I need to do. Once I do this, I know I will bring money to my pocket, to my business. All right. So once I finish this one thing, and my work for the day is done. So that's it. So that's all I need to do every day in the morning. And once I finish this, I have basically done the most important job for my day. The rest of the day is I can freely design it whatever I want it to be. Okay. It takes less than 1 hour, but most of the days I will start at 6 until 7. I will do this. And if you want, you can get this book. This book is not the best written book, but the idea, if you can take away one thing from this book, it's called The One Thing. I've been doing this for a long time, but later I got this book. It really resonates with me because it talks about one thing. So you can try check out this book. If you don't want to buy, you go to the library. So if you can design your business to be like this, you only need to do one thing, so you can achieve everything you need. So you have to think about this all the time. Okay, it can become a habit. You ask the question every time you want to do something. Does this bring profits right away, or just a waste of time, a waste of the money? And most of the people do. They're probably doing this. They build landing pages every day. They're testing different niches, different traffic sources, angles every day. They're creating new images with Photoshop every day. Okay, they test the different offers. They're chasing shiny objects all the time. If you think about this, what's wrong with this picture? You're squandering your energy all around without doing anything productive, really meaningful to your business bottom line. Every time you try test a new offer, it's like you go all the way here, and then before you reach the point of discovering the gold, you turn back. Right? So if you do a lot of tiptoe test something, abandon it and start somewhere else, you're wasting your time, your energy, your money, and all the data you collected is also wasted, because that data could have been made to analyze and bring you the success you need. Okay, so For me personally, I only work on one or two niches. I don't have to spend time keep building landing pages. I have my landing pages from 3 years ago. Okay, I do not need to keep creating images as well. I don't need to keep doing market research. Market research, let's face it, is time consuming and it's not easy. It's I did a market research training before. You can certainly do it, but every time you do it, it can cost you a few days time just to do the market research right. Okay, I do not want to keep testing offers as well. I know one offer is working. You know, just let's stick to this offer. I only need to build a campaign that already has everything in place. I have the landing pages, I have the domains, offers. Now all I need is to set up tracking and upload to my traffic accounts. That's all I need to do to create a new campaign. So that only take about 20 minutes. All right. So like I said earlier, the landing page ads I use is from 3 years ago. I barely change everything. It's working. Okay, I barely change it. Why do I don't change it? Why you want to change it? Because it's proven, it's tested, it's working. So why you want to change it? Okay, the niche I'm working on is still going to be around 10 years later. So this is something I'm talking about. You want to get into a mass appeal market, a mass market. Okay, I had that had the training program is called Massive Profits. I almost forgot the name. System, massive profit system. So massive means it's a mass appeal. Once it's mass appeal, it gives you a lot of money. It has a huge audience you can target to. And I don't easily change any part of my campaign because I know my campaign is working and I don't need to change it. Because I try to reuse and swap anything that can save me time. Like I said, I only want to use 1 hour a day to get the one thing done. And I really don't have a lot of time to go around to get a new lender, change this, change that. That's not productive. Okay. Now, you guys all know this guy, right? Jerry Seinfeld. He is. Do you guys know how much his net worth is? I don't know if you guys do. Put it in the chat box. Let me know if anyone knows. One thing I don't like about GoToWebinar is always confusing. It's always changing. I cannot even find the chat box now. Let me use the other computer. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, Steven said it's 500 million. Robin said 820 million. Robin, you must did a Google search, right? Tony said 270 million. Tudor said is 100 million. So it's amazing. This guy is worth $820 million, and he is probably the most valuable comedian. All right. So I shared his story before. He has the very, very famous productivity secret, which is he write a joke every morning, every day, and he has this. He call it habit Chen, and he's famous for being say do not break the habit Chen. So the reason you can be the top or the #1 comedian is because you get to work done every day. And that's the #1 thing for him is write a new joke or a few jokes, right? He needs to have something new every day. So that's what he's doing every day. And he do this day in and day out without fail every day. And do you think that contributes to his wealth? Of course it does, right? Because he can get so much stuff done. And if you look at 1 year, being a comedian, if you do not have new stuff coming out, you are, not going to get anything, right? So he has 360 new jokes coming out, at least. And that's very simple. Here's one thing. Here's one thing is writing new jokes. Everything else is easy. Everything else can follow. Money can follow. It's like that. All right. We can call it. All you guys should know this. If you ever learn physics, this is pressure equals force divided by area, and force is your energy, is your time. Okay. You only have so much energy. You only have so much time in the morning. Let's say we only look at it in the morning time. The area is how much stuff you want to get it done. All right. So you do not want to stuff 100 things into the morning. You do not want to get it done 20 things. You only want to get one thing down. And that can bring the most pressure or the most impact to your business. It's very simple. This is nothing new, but this is a very simple secret, but most people don't do it this way. Okay? Now, what I want to talk about is leverage. I would prefer to use this. I always look at things, see how I can leverage. And affiliate marketing is all about leveraging. If you think about it, we do not need to develop products, and we do not have customer service, no sales calls, no customer retention and upsells, no staff. And all you need is automated marketing. We have Google, we have Facebook, and we have Pinterest, we have Twitter, we have all these traffic sources. And once we put up a campaign, it runs by itself. It's automated, right? It means we do not need to spend time watching, taking care of it all the time. All right? CPA marketing, in particular, is one step further to leverage the customer value. And you get paid a percentage of the customer's lifetime value, right? You promote an offer. That offer, maybe the customer pays only $2 or $3. You get paid $50. The reason is the advertiser can make $100 from that customer, so you get paid 50%. And so this is even better leverage, right? You do not need to spend any time to do the upsell or retain the customer relationship, but you get paid money up front. Okay? If you truly want to enjoy an affiliate lifestyle, you cannot stuff your calendar with juggling to-do lists. My calendar is always almost ridiculous. It's always only a few things here and there. It looks like I'm not busy, right? That's the secret. I get all my stuff done in the morning. That's it. My whole day is done. All right. Only do the things can bring directly bring profits. Everything else can be reduced or removed. If you want to leverage, you can always reuse all the resources to save your time. So leverage is so important, and you can apply it to all the areas of your life. And I'm writing a book. It's called Leverage. The subtitle is, I'm still thinking if this is the best title to use. My secrets of earning multiple $1 million a year, working 1 hour a day without any employees. So that's the book I'm working on. If you want to join the Facebook group, I do have a Facebook group set up. It's called the Leverage book. I have the link here. You can join me there. I can post a link into the chat box, but my chat box is gone. I cannot find it. Anyway, I have this on the slide. You can, check out later. All right. Okay, so you guys all know this, right? Archimedes said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." So that's what leverage does. You want to use the least resources, time, energy, money, and you want to bring the most profits. So that's leverage. Okay, move on. 7 o'clock, I have to wake up my boy for school, and we have breakfast, and I walk my kid to school bus stop. And at 8 o'clock, I will have a brisk walking in the park for about 20 minutes. And when I do the walking, I do mindful walking or meditation walking, which means when you walk, you not just walk, you focus on your breath. Breath in, hold, breath out. So just to focus on breath, try to remove all the other thoughts, okay? Then after I come back home, I will read books or I watch TED Talks. So that's start my day, and it's because I already have my most important job done. I can read more books, and I can watch some TED Talks as well. All right. I want to talk a little bit about this, and I know some of you are very worst with exercising. All right. So I'm not. I was not. Okay. And so when you want to do the advertising, if you're not like active, you have not been actively exercising in the past, and you just want to get started from today or tomorrow, you need to be careful with one pitfall, and you need to understand the aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic means with oxygen. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So basically, when you exercise, you want to keep your heart rate to a certain level, but not above a certain level. So the reason is this: you want to burn fat, and when you want to exercise, it would be nice if you can burn fat, right? You do not want to burn glycogen. It's called glycogen, and the reason is you could damage your body if you have not been an active exerciser before, and now you want to get started. You want to dash into the limit. You want to push yourself real hard. You go to run, and you're out of breath. That's really going to do damage to your body. All right, you will have a hard time to recover, and actually you will have a hard time to stick to the routine. Okay, I want you guys, if you have not been exercising before, you want to take this slow, step by step, and you do not want to go all the way out. All right, you want to keep your heart rate below 70% of your max heart rate. Max heart rate is 220 minus your age. If you're, let's say, 40 years old, it will be 180 times 70%, around 130 times per minute. All right, you need to listen to your body. When you feel tired, you stop. You do not want to push. And I always feel bothered by all the all the talks about how we should push our limit, how we should use the willpower to tough it out. I'm always bothered by these talks. Okay, you want to listen to your body so you can build a routine you can keep for your lifetime. All right, you do not want to do something and totally forget it. Next day, totally give up the next day. All right, so brisk walking is healthier than running. I also have the link here, and if you want to check it out, you certainly can check it out. I found my chat box here back, so let me paste it here. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow me. Anyway, so you can also click on the link later. All right. So 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I will take a nap for about 30 minutes. If I feel sleepy, even if I don't, I will still go to take the nap. And I just close my eyes, lie on the bed, and really relax. And that's that's the time I recover, because I get up at 5, right? Now it's 9 or 10. I need to take a break, so I will sleep a little bit. It doesn't matter if you sleep or not, all right? You just take a nap, all right? At 11 o'clock, I will drink a glass of juice, vegetable or fruit, and I will talk a little bit more about this later, all right? At 2 p.m., I will take a noon nap for about 30 minutes, and while we take a noon nap, and in the Eastern culture, people take a noon nap, as a country, as a culture. But in the Western, it's not. People will feel you're weak, right? But I just don't understand why you do not want to take a break when you need to. So at 2 p.m., most of the people already spend half of their day. It's a great idea to take a break. And if you can close your eyes, you can save 60% of your nerve energy. And why not? And if you can fall a little bit asleep, even 10 minutes, it's going to recover and repair your body so good. So you will have full energy for the rest of the day. All right, but most people don't do it. If you can do it, all right, I will talk a little bit more about in a minute. All right, at 4 p.m., I would get another glass of juice. At 4:30, I would take my kids to the park and do another brisk walking for about 20 minutes. All right, so for a day, I will have 2 walking in the park. Add up, could be close to 1 hour. And I have 2 naps as well. And 9 p.m., I would check, actually, I would check this almost every day. The most important indicator for a good day, have I spent a good day, is that did I ever feel tired? Did I ever feel exhausted at all throughout the day or before I go to bed? If I do not feel any of that, it's a good day. It means I managed my energy well. It means I have spent a very productive day. Okay, so I can wind down and go to bed. When I go to bed, I relax my body, full sleep, full relaxation, and I go to sleep. All right, so if you look at my routine here, you can see my working hour is in the morning, right? So throughout the day, I do not plan anything to do. It's almost a feel I am doing nothing, and which isn't fair, right? Actually, I still do things, right? I still need to do some work, run some errands, do some chores, and for the work-wise, I still need to do, reply to emails, check on things, and all kinds of stuff. But those things are not important. I'm not saying it's excuse me. I'm not saying I do not need to do those, but those things are not important because most of the stuff is not contributing to my money. Right? I need to do things can bring me money right away, but the things I do throughout the day is only I need to do to get by. All right. So Ted Turner said, "Early to bed. His secret to success is early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise." I think he's talking about affiliates. All right. The only thing different is work like hell. We do not need to work like hell because we have the leverage. Maybe we can say work real smart and advertise. We do advertise a lot. So keep this in mind when you want to get up early. If you're not an early riser, you need to sleep early, go to bed early, so you can get up early. The first few days may be a little bit difficult, but once you get used to it, it's very, very easy. You wake up automatically, and you do not need to use any alarms. All right, so I want to share a bit information about this from this book. And Dale Carnegie had this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. A few things here. I make a screen copy of some words. And the first one is Winston Churchill. During World War II, Winston Churchill, in his late 60s and early 70s, was able to work 16 hours a day, year after year, directing the war efforts of the British Empire. A phenomenal record. His secret, he worked in bed each morning until 11 o'clock, reading papers, dictating orders, making telephone calls, and holding important conferences. After lunch, he went to bed once more and slept for an hour. In the evening, he went to bed once more and slept for 2 hours before having a dinner at night at 8. He didn't cure fatigue. This is very important. He didn't cure fatigue. He didn't have to cure it. He prevented. Okay? Because he rested frequently, he was able to work on fresh and fit until long past midnight. So if you know Winston Churchill, he has written about 60 books in his life. 60 books. If you think about it, 60 books is a hell of a lot. So if you look at his how he managed his energy, how he managed his daily routine, it will make sense, right? He do not need to feel tired. You do not need to feel tired. Anyone, why you have to push yourself to feel so tired? What's the merit in it? What do you gain by it, right? It's really, really something wrong with the society when people believe you should feel tired, so you have done something, right? We do not need to feel tired. If you can manage your energy properly, you take frequent breaks, and you rest before you feel tired, you can spend your whole day with full energy. Next, the original John D. Rockefeller made 2 extraordinary records. He accumulated the greatest fortune the world had ever seen up to that time. And he also lived to be 98. Okay, how did he do it? The chief reason, of course, was because he has inherited a tendency to live long. Another reason was his habit of taking a half-hour nap in his office every noon. He would lie down on his office couch, and not even the president of the United States could get John D on the phone while he was having his snooze. Okay, this is funny, right? You take a nap, and that's all you need to do, recover your energy. We have energy. I mean, it's good to have a lot of energy, but if you squander it, why have to squander it on things doesn't matter? And why do you have to get to a stage like if you deplete it, right? Edison attributed his enormous energy and endurance to his habit of sleeping whenever he wanted to. Thomas Edison always bring a bed to wherever he goes, bring a mattress kind of thing. All right. I interviewed Henry Ford shortly before his 80th birthday. I was surprised to see how fresh and fine he looked. I asked him the secret. He said, "I never stand up when I can sit down, and I never sit down when I can lie down." All right. So you do not need to feel ashamed when you feel I'm tired, I'm exhausted. You just take a break. When other people is keep sitting there working on their jobs, you take a break. One thing I do not, I should be, I'm really grateful I can work from home. I can sleep whenever I want to, right? But for you, if you have a job, you might not be viable to take a nap, but at least you can take a break, after lunch, go to a car, take a nap in the car if you want. All right. Okay. So you need to take frequent breaks and to recover your energy. Willpower, willpower is overrated. And willpower is easily depleted. And I design my life without use any willpower. I do not want to use willpower. Why do I have to make a decision based on the will? It's crazy. People, my wife always commented me, I have a strong will. I actually don't. I don't think I do because I never try to use my will. If you have the reserve of the willpower, you can do better decisions throughout the day when you need it. But if you squander your will, squander your energy, just like it doesn't matter, you are going to make very bad decisions when you need to use willpower. All right. If you want, you can check out this book, The Willpower Instinct. It's a great book, and you can try to use some strategies in this book probably to improve your resilience and a little bit, but also you can take a good look at what willpower really means. It's not something you want to rely on. So I have this routine. I can rely on my routine. I do not need to rely on my willpower. I can get up, automatically. I do not need some motivation to get up. When people say I get up with full energy, with full joy, with full whatever, they feel excited for the day ahead, I just don't understand. You get up, you have energy, you have all the things to do, you spend all the day, that's it. Why do you need energy? I mean, why do you need to feel excited so you can get up? Right? What you learn from the media doesn't mean it's true, or doesn't mean it applies to you. It might, but it doesn't mean it applies to you. You need to think for yourself. Okay? And this book I recommend it, and also this book I truly recommend it. And let's talk about breathing. Okay? We're still in the physics, how to improve our physiology. So how should you breathe? Okay, we are a shallow breathing society. People, if you look around, everybody actually, if you ask 100 people, maybe 99 of them are breathing shallow. They don't even realize it. In, out, like this. And if you look at the babies, if you look at all the kids, some kids, if you look at the babies, they do deep breathing. They do abdomen breathing. If you look at the belly, every time they inhale, the belly is up. Every time they exhale, the belly is down. Okay, they do deep breathing. But somehow when we grew up, as we grew older, we turn into shallow breather. we're breathing more and more shallow. I think one reason is because we live in a society where you have to make a lot of, you have to hurry a lot. You're being hurried a lot. When you're being hurried, of course, you breathe faster and shallower. So it's not right. We need oxygen. Our body needs oxygen to survive. So when you breathe, you better breathe as much as you can to your body, so your body can have enough energy. When you do deep breathing, you can massage your internal organs. Okay, you can pump the lymph system. If you don't know this, I didn't know this either. You can pump the lymph system. Our blood, we have a heart. The heart can pump the blood throughout the body, but our lymph system, we do not have anything to pump it. It's not like we have a heart. So you can only do deep breathing so you can pump the lymph system. The lymph system is important. Its job is to remove the dead cells and remove the excess toxic fluid and blood proteins. So basically, it's get out of all the toxic stuff inside your body. So when you do the deep breathing, you can finish the job. If you don't, you still have a lot of dead stuff inside your body. Okay, if you want to know more about deep breathing, it's I believe most of you how to do it, right? You're just not doing it. You can get this book, The First 16 Secrets of Qi. You can also read the book, The Relaxation Response. You can also read the book, The Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. Okay, he talks about one chapter talks about the fuel for excellence, which is a great chapter. Now I want to talk about what to eat. There's a saying, you are what you eat. And you always want to eat water-rich food. And we live in a society, you can always, I can almost think we're living in a big conspiracy. Look at all the food menus on the in fast restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King. They're meat-based, a lot of meat and a lot of fat, a lot of sugar, and our body will flourish if you eat plant-based, because that's how we evolved. We're plant-based animals. If possible, you can get a juicer or blender, so you can juice all the fruits and vegetables. Instead of cooking them, you can make the juice out of it. You still get most of the ingredient nutrients out of the fruits or vegetables. You can also, if you choose to, you can do fasting when appropriate. But before you do fasting, of course, you have to consult your doctor if you have one. Okay, and I'm not going to get too much details into this, because if you look at this nutrition world, there are so many conflicting ideas. You don't know who to choose to believe, right? So I would recommend this video. You can go to Netflix to watch this one. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It has enough information you need to know about what kind of food we should eat and what kind of benefits it's going to bring to your body. You do not want to get into a stage of being fat or sick, all right? Most of ours I believe, are healthy, but if you keep eating the junk food or the meat-based or the sugar-based or the fat-based, one day you might regret. So you don't want to get into that stage. So prevent it. You should prevent it. Okay. Now, this is my juicer. If you want to, you can check out this book. It's categorized as fringe science. It's unfair. It's earthing. Earthing is connect your body to the earth. All right. You can check out. I'm not going to get into too much details on this one. Like I said earlier, the food we eat, the restaurant we go to, is not providing enough healthy food. Okay. So we eat all the junk food and we have problems over time. We have hypertension, right? Diabetes, all these problems. Then we go to the doctor, and the doctor will subscribe some. We will will give us all the pills, which can be very expensive, and all the pills, and I can go on forever. All the pills are really not that effective. If you look at the data, there's one TED talk talking about this. If you look at the data, the pharmaceutical company, they only need to get 1 in, I think, 300. Like 1 in 300 people can be cured, let's say hypertension. Their pills can cure the hypertension. They only need like cure 1 out of 300. So they will get approval to release the drug to the market. So if you think about it, 300 people with hypertension or high blood pressure, and only 1 people will ever be cured. And what kind of ratio is that? It's horrible, right? So but that's how our society is being run. We eat bad stuff, we go to hospital, and we're being treated with bad medicine, and eventually we can, we die early. So basically, we die early. And if you want to, you can choose to do your own stuff, do your own research. You can check out this book. And I'm not saying it's going to something earth-breaking, but you can check it out, okay? Only when you can take control of your physical health can you manage your emotions better and think better. And this makes it possible to bring breakthroughs to your business. We talk about this as a foundation. If you do not have a good foundation, if you do not have a good health, it's hard. It's not even possible to have a sustainable business. All right? Okay, now we're going to move on to emotions. Anybody have questions, you can always type in the chat box. Tony said, I used to get rest breaks before and I can remember feeling more energized. So why did you keep doing it, right? If you bring back this habit, you're going to feel a lot better day in and day out. Okay, now let's move on to emotions. Emotions, I'm always I feel amazed by people's emotions. We live by emotions, and we can either be controlled by emotions or we can control our emotions. It's funny, not so many people realize they have emotion problems. They're totally being controlled by their emotions. Okay, and many newbies, many people who are new to the internet marketing, and they fail to realize how ridiculous their expectations are, and they give up early. I still remember, without giving names, I used to work with a guy. I actually gave my campaign to him, teach him from A to Z how you run it. He had a hard time to make it work, so he then come back and also, literally blame me for that, or attacking me for that. So he was hoping, by working with me, you gave me all the data, it's supposed to work. Why it's not working? It's your problem. I understand you will feel frustrated, you will feel upset when things are not working, but I just don't understand how you can turn that anger onto me, right? So now I look at this, it's just the emotions. You do not manage your emotions. You let emotions cloud your judgment. All right, you are doing something that doesn't make any sense. It's not even reasonable to attack someone who gave you the campaigns, right? Okay, so many people, especially if you're new, you have to understand, it's not like it's not like there's a magic pill. You do this, tomorrow you're going to make money. And even if someone coach you, even if this is all because of the marketing hype. We see it all over and over. We almost believe there is instant success or overnight success. But in fact, it's not. Okay, even some people brand new, you take them to this internet marketing world, they can make it work real quick. There's something behind them. They have some foundation. They have some other reasons you cannot see. Okay, so when you see a product launch, they probably can bring on some testimonials from other people, But those people are not newbies, maybe, right? Even they can claim you can make money, even if you are a newbie, you can make money right away or in 24 hours, whatever. But these are just the pure hype. As a marketer, you can hype others, maybe, right? But you cannot be hyped by others. You always should realize this, okay? And if you do not take control of your emotions, you're not going to achieve breakthroughs, because breakthroughs doesn't come to a person with a messed up emotions, okay? Let's look at a few examples. You will feel frustrated when you feel things will turn out the way you want them to be, but didn't, right? If you run a campaign, you set up a campaign, and you expect it to make money. You didn't, well, subconsciously, you expect it to make money right away. Okay, you think I have done something, I should see money now. But if you come back to the campaign tomorrow, you don't see the profits, you will feel frustrated. Is it normal to feel that way? Of course, it is normal. Don't feel bad about that. It is normal. All right. Sometimes you can let anger and suspicions cloud your judgment, and you can do things you will regret. You can damage your relationships with other people. So this is very true when you deal with advertisers or networks. Okay, we as a middleman, being affiliate is like a middleman, and we do not get to see all the data on the network side or the advertiser side. So sometimes we feel like we work in the dark. We do not have all the data. We can only trust what's being provided to us. So if you have anything not working out properly, and you will feel suspicious, you will feel anger, and you are supposing someone is ripping you off, and that anger is already there. So at this time, you could be doing something damaging the relationship. But many times the other person is actually innocent. Okay? You can also, next example is the greed. You can also let the greed take control. And it can cause account shutdowns or account reviews. It happens a lot if you want to run black hat campaigns. That campaign is working so well, and now you want to ramp up. You want to spend, instead of $100 a day, you want to spend $10,000 a day, right? So that's great. Okay, so you need to respect the life cycle or tempo of campaigns. I'm going to talk about campaigns in particular here because that's most of us doing, right? You need to understand, if you look at the campaign, any successful campaign, it can take a few days to sleep on a campaign idea and conceptualize it. Is that the right word? Okay. Anyway, it takes time for you to get a campaign idea and decide to act on it, to test it. And it will take 1 day to create a campaign, to set up the campaign. It takes 1 to 3 days to get the campaign approved. Some networks, some traffic maybe approve you right away, but again, some may take longer. You need to give it time for it to get approved. And it takes 2 days for the traffic platform to optimize their delivery. No traffic platform will give you the best quality traffic right away. Facebook will take you at least 1 day. Google will take 1 day. All the traffic sources, if you look at this, unless you do the optimization by yourself, maybe they will never give you quality traffic forever. You need to know this because it takes time for the website to even pick up your placement and starting driving traffic to you. And some of them needs to be optimized, so you need to give it time so you can gather enough data, right? So it takes 1 to 2 weeks to gather all the enough data so you can optimize. Again, it will take 1 day. If you want to optimize, it will take 1 day to optimize. And this optimization is ongoing. You could be optimizing every day, or could be every 3 days, every week. Now, if you want to scale the campaign, it can take you up 1 month to scale. to the fullest potential, so you can reach all the possible profitable audience. Now, after some time, maybe this campaign will become no longer profitable. At this time, you need to start over now. So if you look at the life cycle of the campaign, and you can realize this, your expectations are not realistic. If you set up a campaign, you want it to be profitable the next day, it's not going to happen. Sometimes you can be lucky, right? You get profits like right off the gate. It does happen. But if you look at it from the objective perspective, you can see this. It's not possible for you to have a profitable campaign, in the first 24 hours. So once you know this, and now you need to look at your emotions. Next time when you refresh your stats, when you set up a campaign and expect next day and check on it, and if you feel frustrated, you need to think about this slide. Every campaign has a life cycle or tempo. So there's a reasonable time takes to do something for everything. For a kid to grow up, it can take, it takes you 3 years to send him to the kindergarten, and it takes 18 years so he can start on his own, right? And also when you do something else, how long does it take you to start driving a car? How long does it take you? Think about it. How many hours? 50? Or maybe even longer? Every time you come to a new traffic source, it's like you bought a new machine. It takes your time. It takes really some efforts to understand it and to operate it. So you cannot expect the next day you will start making money. You need to spend time really understanding every traffic sources. Some traffic sources, once you understand it, you can really, really multiply your understanding. I mean, to leverage your understanding and make it scale real big. But if you don't spend the time to understand it, you only get emotional. When you see the campaign's not working, you probably will just give up. Okay? So if you think about how long does it take for you to get proficient with Facebook, many of you are advertising on Facebook. How long does it take for you to see the first profitable campaign? So when you see the first profitable campaign, does it mean you understand everything of it? No, right? You still need to keep testing, keep learning, keep testing, keep changing, keep learning. So it takes time. But once you do it more and more, it's easier for you to get to profit zone because you know better. You have more knowledge in your background or in your subconscious mind. You have all the things you need. Okay? How long does it take to get a landing page done? You give the work to someone else to get a landing page done, he will get back to you probably the next day or 2 days later. But sometimes we somehow feel if we want to get the landing page done, especially if it's on your to-do list, you want to get it done instantly. Okay? How long does it take to grow a campaign by 20%? I'm not saying 100%. How long does it take to grow a campaign by 20%? So all of these things takes time. So when we all know it does take time, right? But we don't expect it takes time. This instant gratification is a huge problem to the society because we are being bombarded all day long by this instant gratification. We hope something it show up. We hope something it gets down. It's just not possible with marketing. It's get it real. I mean, you need to get it real if you feel emotions, okay? And we are controlled by our emotions without the involvement of the prefrontal cortex. Okay, you guys know the prefrontal cortex. The job is doing the analyzing, is doing the thinking, right? But without it, it's just like shortcut your emotions to the stimuli. Instantly, you have the fight or flight reaction. So you see the stimuli, you check the campaign. Now you have the emotions. That's the reactions you have instantly. without thinking. So that's why it's not your fault. If you feel um, I feel upset, I feel frustrated, my campaign is not working, I spend $100, I spend $1,000, I'm losing money, and that's fine. You should be feeling frustrated, but you need to control it. How can you control it? You need to develop the habit of observing your own emotions all the time. It may be hard at the beginning, but over time you can be very good at it to observe your own emotions. So when you see the emotions, the negative emotions taking over, and you can cut the habit loop right away when you see it's going to spiral out of control. So I used to, like, when I check my campaigns, I can refresh my my stats every 5 minutes. Refresh over and over, see how much money I make. And at the beginning, it may feel good, right? Every time you refresh it, you see more money, you feel good. But it's not productive. So the other thing is, if you're not making money, you still want to refresh every 5 minutes. You want to see if it's starting to get in your sales. It's not productive either. So at this time, I will stand up, shut down my computer, and walk away. This is how you can take control of your emotions. And always remember, when you feel tired, it's very easy to lose control. So that is why on the first chapter, we talk about physicals. You need to manage your energy. You need to manage your physiology, so you do not need to feel tired. When you feel tired, people get angry because they feel tired, because of their physical not feeling good, right? Well, you don't need to most of the time you don't even realize you're tired. You're getting cranky. You don't even know, and for no reason you feel angry. So at this time, you really need to stop yourself and check on yourself. Am I feeling tired? Did I have enough sleep? Do I need to get some water? So when you check on yourself, you can feel, yes, I do feel a little bit tired. So when you feel tired, you get angry. It's not fair to everyone. So you need to walk away from this, okay? And obviously, you can ask yourself, why am I doing this? You will be amazed, why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling upset? Why am I feeling this emotion? What do I expect? Is it fair to the other person, or is it realistic, or is it reasonable? And many times you can feel how ridiculous. I always feel, we are spoiled. We're spoiled by our by parents when we grew up, right? Every time we want something, we cry. So when we grow up, every time we want something, it doesn't come, we get angry. But it's not really fair, right? You need to understand the world does not evolve around you. And nobody should understand you. Once you accept this as a reality, you will feel a lot better, right? You do not understand others. So others people do not need to understand you. When you interact with other people, you need to pay attention how to build a relationship. You need to really understand it's mutual respect. You cannot be a spoiled boy. You do not cry all the time, but your anger, your emotion is like crying. Okay, so let's talk about the campaign stress. You should find an effective way to deal with the campaign stress. Campaign stress means your campaign is losing money. You set up something is not working. You think you have done everything, and you cannot wait to see the money coming in. You are under some financial pressure. Whatever it is, let's call it financial stress. Campaign stress. So my favorite way is actually cleaning my house. I can mop the floor, I can feed my fish, clean up the tank, or do gardening. And my work helps improve the feng shui of my house. And at the same time, it takes away my attention from the campaigns. I do not want to sit here and watch my campaign. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter how hard you watch the campaign. It's not going to work because you watch it. So understand this, all right? So this is the one trick I use, especially for my big money campaigns. Like I spend, $5,000 a day at this time. Is a lot of stress. If it doesn't work, a lot of money on the line, right? So at this time, what I do, I walk away from my computer. I give time to the campaigns to work. If you running $50 a day campaign, you do not feel so much pressure, right? But if you run $5,000 a day, it will be a different story. Nobody can feel happy to throw away $5,000 if it doesn't work, right? But from the marketing standpoint, I know I need to give it enough time for the campaign to run, so I can gather enough data, so I can know it's working or not, right? So if I let my emotions take control, I could panic and pause the campaign completely before I even had a chance. So this is very important. Why some people cannot go to the next level is because of this panic, because they do not give it enough time. How much time should I give it? I don't know. You don't know unless you test it. Well, how much money should I lose? I don't know. You don't know. Depends how much money you have. This sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You have to spend money. You have to lose money so you can get enough data. For most of the campaigns, you can see it's not like you make it work right away. It takes time, it takes money to make it work. And if you panic, if you abandon it before you come to a stage where you can claim profits, you're wasting your money. It's exactly like this. So you know this. I know you all know this, right? But you still cannot control it. So you need to control your emotions, and the best way is to walk away from it. Really walk away from it. Don't think about it, and something's happening, but you need to give it time. You cannot rush it, so just walk away from it. And also the trust anxiety or trust stress. It is something we have all the time because for whatever reasons, we cannot trust the other person 100%. And my way to approach this is I give 100% trust until proven wrong. When you deal with affiliate managers, when you deal with advertisers, or when you deal with your JV partners, it's always something, you can trust 100%, or you can have some doubts, or you can even, mess up the relationship before you get to a point where you can make money together, right? So you can use my approach, or you can try to find a different approach. Because I always choose to trust people up front, and I'm not saying like I believe people are good. It's just my approach. I would prefer this way until proven wrong. And I know all my numbers. And I have been running my campaigns. If I take my campaign to a new advertiser, I know my numbers to compare it to. I have a benchmark. But I also know their ups and downs. So if my campaign is not doing good this week, it's not necessarily something wrong with the advertiser. It could be my downtown. So I accept this. So I give the 100% trust upfront to whoever I choose to work with. It does not mean I do not check up things. I still need to check up things, but I don't say you're shaving my leads, you're playing shitty, whatever. So I don't think this way, and this will make the work together a lot easier. And now, the reality is a lot of time people still rip you off, right? It does happen. So when this happens, you need to understand this is the reality. There's nothing you can do about it. Of course, you can choose to leave that advertiser. You can move on to someone else. But there's no guarantee it's not going to happen to you again. And the bottom line is you look at the profits you make. If you make money and you can accept this is just a part of the game. People will rip you off. Advertising might shave the leads. It does happen. But there's nothing you can do about it because that's the lifestyle you choose. Being an affiliate is like this. There's nothing you can do about it unless you want to move on to be an advertiser or whatever, right? So there's not much you can do. Why you still fight it? Okay. Once you have some trust with someone, I'm fortunate enough to have a few people I really trust, and they prove themselves over and over. And you need to really treasure this kind of trust. This relationship is gold. Really gold. I mean it, because down the line they can bring you a lot of money. These people trust you, you trust them, and that trust is invaluable. Really, really invaluable. Of course, it's not everyone you can work with is going to be turned out this way, but there will be some people turn out to be your top trust on the top of your trust list. So you need to really treasure this kind of people. Okay. If you want to look at stress, understand stress a little bit better, get this book. This book just came out about 2 weeks ago. It's called The Upside of Stress. We'll talk about stress. We thought stress is bad for us. As a matter of fact, stress is good. Depends how you use it and depends how you look at it. So get this book. This book is same author about the willpower thing. So it's a great book. And so once you get this book, look at your own stress, look at your own emotions. You can control it a little bit better. Okay. Okay, we're at 1.5 hours. Okay, now let's move on to the minds. Any questions, guys? Yeah, Tudor said trust but verify. Yeah, that's right. Trust but verify. All right, let's move on. Minds is about thinking, and you need to ask the good questions. When you have a problem, when you have an issue to work with, the best way to solve it is to ask good questions, because that can stimulate your mind to find the solutions. So the question you ask needs to be specific and mind stimulating, and it needs to be problem solving, and also needs to be encouraging. You can do the drill down style. You can it basically means from a general question to a specific question. And I'm going to give you a few examples for you to understand this. Okay. First, ask the right questions. First example is look at the money. Okay. If you're making $100,000 a year, why you're not making a million? If you're making several million, $1 million a year, why you're not making several or 10 million, right? If you're not making any money yet, what's holding back? So ask these questions as a start. And once you go on, you can find all different questions. Some people dig real deep, they can find, I have money guilt, and I don't want to bend the rules. And I feel really upset and frustrated and disappointed when Google shut me down. Okay? So now you need to ask, why do I even care? I'm going to solve this problem once and for all. People talk about blackhead, they have these issues all the time. They feel scared, they feel upset, they feel, sometimes really end of the world once they lose one account. I'm going to solve this once and for all. If you go to Google, you can search for the. First, tell me, anyone knows about double Irish? Double Irish. Anyone knows about this? Don't go to Google. Double Irish. Anybody? If you do, raise your hand. I can see if you raise your hand. Nope. Okay, no problem. So Google and Facebook and Microsoft, all these companies we work with, or Amazon, all right? So double Irish is a way to avoid taxes. And you all know Google said do not evil, right? And we think it's a great company and they're trying to clean up all the bad advertisement on Google's network, and they're doing something good. So you will feel a little bit bad once you ban the rules. Once you feel one campaign is not approved, and you do not want to ban the rules. You do not want to go the edgy stuff. You do not want to run that. So if you look at Google, Google is using double Irish way to avoid a lot of taxes. And this is the screenshot I got when I do a search on double Irish on Google. I can see all the questions people ask. Pick some of them. Let's see. Microsoft. How much did Microsoft pay in taxes last year? So their effective federal tax rate is 13%. Okay. If you know, normally people will pay 35%. They pay 13%. All right. So how much tax Google pays in the UK? And this is not saying on this answer, but we'll get to that later. So how much tax does Amazon pay in the UK? Amazon last year made 4.3 billion pounds in the UK, and they paid 2.4 million taxes in corporate taxes last year. Okay, that's almost as much as the grant they received over the same period. If you find this is ridiculous, you made 4.3 billion, you pay 2 million, and also it's even less than the grant you received. Anybody know? Anybody just reminds me of this. Anybody knows about the Panama Papers? I'm sure a lot of you know. If you do, give me a 1. Yes, Benjamin said yes. Tudor said 1. Yeah. Panama Papers. So Panama Papers is closing a lot of people using the offshore companies to avoid taxes, and it's bring a lot of heat to those people who are doing that, right? But have you ever looked at these people, these big companies? They are doing this, all the tax loopholes right in front of us all year in and year out, all the time. No, right? Most people don't even know about the double Irish because you never look at this. If you look at this, death and taxes, you can escape them, but corporations can and do. And it's called double Irish and Dutch sandwich. You can go onto this link to check out what it means. I'm going to give you the link. So in this link, you can see all the details about how it works. I'm not going to get into the details how you do it, but basically it means you set up companies, subsidiaries in Ireland, and you can move your profit from most countries to this island. Then you can move away. Use all different strategies, you can avoid all the high taxes in other countries. Basically, the effective rate you pay, like this one, Google only pays 3% taxes. 3% taxes. If you think about this, 3% taxes, how crazy can that be? You have this link here. You can check it out. Let me give the link to you. Now you wonder, why does this matter to me? It matters to you and me is because it's tax fairness. Where does the money for all the highway, for all the infrastructure, for the school system, where does the money come from? It's come from every taxpayers, right? It comes from every small businesses. We are running small businesses, and these people get away with 3% tax, and we pay 35%. And you think that's fair? Do you? No, right? So why can they do that? Because they have all the structure in place. They can set up this way, but most of the small businesses cannot. We cannot. You should watch this movie. We Are Not Broke. Of course, this movie was a little bit old, but all the information is still valid, still true. And also, this link is Google pay back taxes to the UK, and they pay back 100 million something back to the UK. If you think about it, they avoided 100 million taxes, but still, it's a small tax percentage they're paying. So Google says, do not evil, but we're not paying taxes. Facebook also doing the same thing. Let me go to a link here. If you look at this, companies using this arrangement, Adobe, Apple, Facebook, General Electric, Google, IBM, Johnson & Johnson, Microsoft, Yahoo, Oracle, all these companies are using the same arrangement to save money, to avoid taxes. So what it does to us is we are taking the tax burden. I'm not American. Maybe I don't care, but American friends usually care, right? And the same thing happens to Canadians as well. You can always avoid taxes if you know how to do it. Just our small business cannot do it on the scale as they do. If you can pay 3% taxes, how good can that be? If you think about this, they have all the money. I read somewhere Apple, if they pay all the taxes, like staying offshores, they're supposed to bring back. If they pay all the taxes, they will see 26% reduction to their stock price. 26%, right? It's huge, right? All the companies have so much money hoarding outside of their home country, and they're doing this legally. Of course, legal doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's fair. Legal tax loopholes. There may be, so many loopholes we cannot take advantage of as small businesses, but they can. So at this time, if you think I want to follow Google's rules, I want to follow Facebook's rules, I want to do whatever they say, I would say fuck you, screw you Facebook, screw you Google. You are a hypocrite, right? You do things it's not right. I remember somewhere I read in news, Eric Schmidt, the former Google CEO, defend this tax issue, said it's capitalism. It's not capitalism. You're doing something unfair to other people. Okay? It looks like a few rants for this, but that's the way it is. That's how this big company is working. And Coca-Cola is paying 6%. Yahoo is paying minus 9%. It's because they even get more credit. And Google, they set up this subsidiary in Irish for the double Irish arrangement. So that's how they do it. Okay. If you go back to the question, why do I have money guilt? Why do I want to ban? Why I don't want to ban the rules? Now you will have a better understanding. The world is not you see. The world is not you want it to be, and especially some people have power. It's not really your role model. Okay, I remember one time I had a conversation with a guy, and this comment may be a little bit offensive to some people. He told me the public is stupid. He said the public is stupid because the public don't know a lot of things, and they don't spend time. They don't research. They don't spend time to learn, and they look at the world like a rosy-colored place. In fact, there are so many dark sides to it, and it can be affecting you and me. If you want, you can find out. I hope this can open your mind a little bit. You can do more research with all the links I give you, or you can drill down further to find out more information how these companies are avoiding taxes. If I can pay 3%, I would be happy as hell, right? Okay, move on. Good question lead to account stability. What's holding me back from growing my business? You can ask this. What's holding me back? This is my own example. And at that time, I realized, I've been stuck at the $1 million level for 3 or 4 years. I cannot grow fast enough. Ask this question: what's holding me back? What's the problem? What's really why? I can, it's good to have this money, but if I can grow it bigger, that would be even great, right? So the problem is the accounts. If you're running on Facebook, we all know Facebook is happy to shut down accounts, right? They love to do it, and we are at the mercy of Facebook. And the problem is every time your account gets shut down, you lose everything. You lose all the campaigns, right? You lose all the money. So you need to start over. You need to build new accounts. So the problem holding me back was I lose accounts. If I lose accounts, I lose the momentum. I need to start over. I'm going up to the hill, I drop down, I go up again. I need to do that over and over. It's a waste of time, a waste of money. Is there a way I can stop worrying about losing accounts? And what triggers reviews to my accounts? That's the first question I ask, because I told people a lot about Facebook. If you're running on Facebook, why is it becoming harder and harder to get new accounts and avoid being shut down? Why? Think about it. Why Facebook know there's something wrong? They want to look at your accounts. Because it's social. It's a social network. Social network has what? Has people's comments. People make comments. People can report. If I go to Facebook. Now let's go to the home page. So look at this ad. Suggested post. I can do a lot of things easily. I can hide this ad. Okay. And I can also make comments. The comments can be nasty if I don't like the ad, of course. And I can also report. I have not to report anything for a long time, so I don't know where I should report it. But anyway, I can report this as well. So somebody will really take efforts to report your ad. When they do, you will get hammered by Facebook. Is there a way to get around this? Yeah, maybe. If you run on the right-hand side, look at this one, 5 steps to $50,000 a month. This is a little bit on the edge, but because they're using numbers, but they're only running on the right-hand side. When you are running on the right-hand side, it takes a little bit effort to block you. It takes a little effort to report you. So this is a more secure spot. If I want to run Facebook, I will stay as much on this spot as possible. But I try to stay away from the newsfeed. So if you understand this, because I asked the question why my content gets reviewed, is because people can report or make nasty comments. When this happens, will get reviews to my accounts. So what's the solution? The solution is actually for me. Eventually, decide Facebook is not for me. I do not want to keep running on Facebook, lose accounts, start over. Even though I can have some strategies I can make one account last longer, but every time I come to a point, I need to scale, will be a problem. That's holding me back. So for this reason, I said goodbye, Facebook. I'm not going to run on you anymore. People in my massive profit system know I'm not running on Facebook. So if there are other solutions out there, of course there are other solutions. So for this reason, because I asked these questions, I look deep into the business model and I can find other alternatives I can run. And because of these questions, I can find another traffic source which can be very sustainable and scalable. And actually more traffic sources I can do as long as I keep asking these questions. I'm testing out different traffic sources. I can see more traffic, more steady accounts. Okay, good questions lead to IP solutions. And when you want to open your account, you need a new IP. It's better to be a residential IP, right? And you ask this question, what are the options I can get residential IPs in my local area? And how can I get real residential IPs without paying for them? Because I asked this, I used to have a bunch of internet at my home. I have 5 of them at my home. Each has its own unique IP. And I have different computers, one running on one IP, right? It is getting expensive, but because I asked these questions, And I find a way, I call it the IP office strategy, and I can have almost, unlimited number of real IPs without paying any of them. Because you ask the questions, you can find a solution. If you don't ask the questions, you can't. Okay, and next question relates to the IP is the computer. I want to run multiple accounts. Do I need to get 10 computers, 20 computers? Well, the key question is, does the ad network check MAC address? Or can they check the MAC address? It turns out the MAC address is not even viewable to anyone outside of my local area. So for this reason, I can put unlimited operating system on one computer with a virtual machine. And it's a step-by-step. Now I can, on one computer, I have 10 operating systems. And each operating system can run one account with no problem. So when you ask this question, when you dig deeper and deeper, you can find a lot of gold, really gold solutions. You don't have to get 10 computers. You can get one computer, you can get a VirtualBox, you can put Windows onto the Mac, whatever. So you can have 10 of them, as long as you're not making. VirtualBox has an option. You can save some of the files, but not the whole operating system. So you basically have a lighter version, lighter copy of the operating system. This way, you can put unlimited number of operating system on one computer. Okay, and also if you look at this, all the phones, all the telephones, that's how I used to keep track of my to run my phone numbers. One blue cell phone is a dual SIM. I can have 2 numbers on it, so I have multiple phone numbers. But initially I use my retired iPhone, and I can only put one phone on it, one number on it. So I asked myself, is there a better way? Can I put 2 SIM cards? Yes, there are some smartphones, or this is the blue versions, blue smartphone. This is a more featured phone. So I get these phones, all of a sudden I can have 6 numbers. I'm going to give you a real good information since you stick with me until this far. So this is a breakthrough equation for CPA marketing. If you want to bring a business to the next level, and probably this equation can give you some idea, can give you some really good insights. Revenue, if you look at one business, revenue, look at the business revenue, is normally equal to number of clients times the size of each order times frequency of purchases. That's to a traditional business. How much money they make is depending on how many clients they have and how much per order is and how often they purchase from you. And look at the CPA marketing. We can put these two together. Size of each order times frequency of purchases. We can call it the lifetime value of each client. As an affiliate, you do not have much control over the lifetime value of an offer, right? But you can pick offers with high LTVs. If I ask you this, if you have one lifetime value offer with $1, $10, $100, $1,000, which one will you pick? Now, look at this equation. Revenue for the CPA revenue equals to number of clients times LTV. If you can start your LTV on a higher level, your only job is getting more clients, right? We all need more clients. That's easy to scale, right? But if you look at this, if I start with $1,000 and you start with $10, even $100, I'm 10 times ahead of you. If we get the same number of clients, my business revenue will be 10 times of yours. Now it's easy to understand why I want to do big ticket CPA offers. I have no interest to do $10 payout or even $100 payout, because that will set me back to a lower start. I want to start at a higher level. It does not cost much to get a number of clients. I mean, in terms of the cost of acquisition or whatever. Because if essentially people want to buy, it makes no much difference they want to spend $100 or $1,000. When they are motivated enough, when you do the marketing properly, correctly, you can get them to spend $1,000 versus $100. So at this time, if you look at this, it's a lot easier to understand why you want to have a higher start. If you want to bring the business to the next level, probably the first thing, you look at how much you're getting paid per CPA. So if you are getting paid 10, not a good idea, right? Not a good start. Try to find 1,000. Okay, so you want to apply this equation to your business because this is everything. All you need is here. You take your business to the next level. You all know we need to get more sales, more orders, more orders. But if you start here, start from a higher level, it's a lot quicker. Okay, you can ask yourself, how can I apply this equation to my business? And my niche has a limited high payout offers. How can I increase the LTV? You need to keep asking these questions. Do I have the answer? Maybe I do, but I cannot give you all the answers here because I don't know your scenario or situation, right? My niche has some high payout offers. How can I reach out to them? I give this answer to my private clients. There are some review sites in my niche ranking different offers. Why do they put this offer on the number one spot? So all the questions are related to when you want to scale your offer, scale your niche. Because of this equation, you will have a lot clear, understand. This is what I should do. This is where I should go. I'm not interested in working $1. Some offer does pay $1, and you think it's easy. It's not easy. If you do a market research, all the efforts takes it's no much difference. Working with a $1 offer with $1,000 offer, in my opinion, it takes pretty much the same efforts. Why not we'll start with it somewhere a lot higher? And asking the right questions is very important. It's a skill you want to master. You can get a book, Asking the Right Questions, a guide to critical thinking. This book is not active. I think it's discontinued. Probably, I don't know why, but you can still get it on Amazon. I got mine from a thrift store for 1 penny, but the shipping cost is $6. So anyway, there's some other books on critical thinking. I don't know. I haven't read others, so this the book I read is great. It teaches you how to ask the right questions so you can find the right solutions. Okay, and we can do a Q&A, but in a minute. First, I want to let's see the time. We have okay. Real quick, I'm going to do a webinar on a private coaching. I will give a sneak peek of the private coaching. And also we can, if you're interested, only if you're interested, if you want to do evaluate my options, and also I want to evaluate you if you're a fit to work on private with me. I want to do private coaching right now, and also we'll do a Q&A. So this is the link. If you want, you can register. It's going to be next Tuesday. I send the link to, you should see it, and you can join the webinar. Okay. Today's webinar is about all the free information. So I want to use this webinar just talking about private coaching. If you're interested, if you have the funds, if you want to take the business to the next level, if you want to really scale, you're feeling stuck somewhere, maybe with my coaching you can find some help. And I did take 2 coaching students last year, and my guarantee is I make them $50,000 profit in a year, and I'm happy to report one student already I think passed. I don't know how much passed to 50,000. The other is at 30,000. He has some personal stuff to take care of. He has a job. He need to prepare exams and stuff. So he will still. I will still help him to get to the 50,000. But you know what? Let me see if my student is on the line. Joe, his name is Joe. I want him to talk a little bit about the coaching. It won't be long. It will be real quick. Hey, Joe, you there?
Hey Eric, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Um, Sorry to put you on the hot spot. You've been working with me for about a year now, right?
Correct, right. And
Right.
yeah, so the your training, like because we talk all the time.
Yeah.
For anyone who wants to get on the training with Eric, the one-on-one, basically you have him available most days, and he goes through the steps, very very relaxed. Any questions I have, he answers them right away, and it's just been an overall good experience. So for us, we were in the e-commerce space, and we wanted to have a second revenue in CPA, and so we decided to go and jump on board with Eric and do a one-on-one coaching, and it's been just a really good experience. Anyone who's serious that wants to find it's not like push start type of business where you press one button and all of a sudden you're making thousands of dollars every day. There's work involved, and Eric goes through everything because Eric's in the trenches. He doesn't have a team or anything. He's the guy doing everything. So you're learning right straight from him. You know, I I'm just very very happy with the results so far. We've definitely passed the $50,000, and we'll be doing that in next month. So it's definitely worth our time, worth the investment. If you're serious, though, of course, and you're going to put in the time and effort to ramp up and listen. And probably the biggest hurdle for us was the mindset. We have all these ideas, but if you just follow his system, um, it's really paid off for us. And now we've supplemented our business, having we still do e-commerce, and now we also do CPA marketing full time.
Joe,
So
you started CPA actually, even with started, I think we started with June, but you didn't really get much traction in the first few months. You were busy with your e-commerce, and you
yes,
started getting really work on it when? Since December? After December, right?
yeah, you're exactly right. So we signed on because we knew we wanted to do that. We happened to have the funds available because our e-commerce business was doing very very well, and we just wanted, like I mentioned, when I say we, I'm talking about my brother because I work with him. We were just doing really really well, and we just wanted to have like a second revenue. So for the first few months, I spoke to Eric, but I didn't really implement anything, and that's just because I was busy. And then when things settled down, and our e-commerce business had a better system, and we had oh, my computer's about to die. Hold on, let me just plug in my iPad.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then once we had more time, we started basically in January, and so it's only been a few months, and we've already
Yeah.
we've already done the $50,000, which is a great guarantee too. It's hard to beat that on a one-on-one coach. You're really not going to find it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah,
but
I know
we
a lot
were
of, yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was just going to say that I wasn't really concerned with that because I knew we would. Before I before I went with Eric's one-on-one coaching. I obviously did my research, so I was very confident that we would get there if we just followed. So, like I mentioned, we only started in January, really implementing it, and we've already surpassed the 50,000. And like I said, we're going to do that next month. So, um,
Yeah.
very happy with the coaching.
Yeah, because one thing, even in my past trainings is sometimes, I do teach a lot of stuff to people, but one thing bothers me is they don't implement. I know they all have different reasons. For you, you have a business to run. You cannot make time for this yet. But I know at some point, at least I give you 1 year. At some point, you will start working on it. Once you start working on it, you will start seeing money, right? So that is why when I do the coaching, I do not want to do like 1 day. Once you finish the day, it's it's like I teach you something, you don't do something, I don't even care. I want to, I really care. I want you to succeed. So with this kind of coaching, I hope I can I can I can at least hold you accountable. I'm always there. If you want to talk, we talk. If you want to do it, I help you. So I, if you said you do the market, you have done the research. You haven't seen someone else doing this, right?
No, well, the guarantee you have, no, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, same.
And
I
again,
haven't seen anyone like
yeah,
you do a coaching, you guarantee someone to make this amount of money. It's a little bit unusual. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
probably one of the reasons why we decided to go with you.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, like I said, the results have been good. The way for you guys who are interested, the way it worked with Eric was the first few days or the first like few weeks, he just really did an overall of his system, and then after that, you have a whole year. So along the way, you're going to have questions, and he answers them right away. And it's a great relationship. Like we build a relationship over the years. And the other nice thing is that Eric has some connections with some advertisers, some networks. So I know you get priority with some of these managers right away because you're under Eric. So that helped to accelerate it, which is a nice feature.
Awesome. So have you done CPA before? No, right?
Yeah, well, I have done CPA before, but it was on and off, and it wasn't consistent. And then when I went to e-commerce, we blew that up, and so we just really just focused on that. And it always interests me to go back, or at least to have more than one stream of income.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to do that. And some of the traffic sources that we deal with now, we weren't really dealing with before. So that was absolutely 100% utilized. So some of the traffic sources that Eric introduced and how to do it, I've never used those traffic sources, and it's paid off. And now it's something I could use for a lot of other different types of marketing, which is
Yeah,
nice.
if you do the traffic source by yourself, it's going to take a lot of money to test. But if I just give you the directions, you can start real quick without losing money, right?
Exactly right. And yeah, there's a lot of different things. I don't know how much you want to go into, but just getting accounts, all that stuff. There's just these little things where you got to put work into it, but he it's already been tested. And what Eric does and what I do is probably like 95% the same idea. Maybe there's a little bit of twist that I change on exactly how I get my accounts, but they're almost about the same, and that's all from the ideas that like Eric has proven before. So it definitely great experience. If anyone is interested in getting into it, I definitely think you'll be happy if you just put in the work. And again,
All right.
yeah. Anyways, you
Yeah.
put me on the spot. I don't know what else to say, but it's all the truth.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem. All right,
Yeah,
take
I'm
it easy.
gonna mute you now. All right,
All
thanks.
right, sounds good.
Okay, guys, if you're interested, come to this webinar first because I do not want to push you to join the to join the coaching. Apparently, it's not for everyone, and so join the webinar to find out more. If you have the interest, if you have the money, and I do have different options with the money wise, and I hope to have more people probably in the next coaching stage. And so come to the webinar and we will talk. Okay. And now let's do some Q&A. If you have some questions, I know today's talk is actually about your lifestyle. I want you to design your lifestyle. You do not need to be exactly the same like mine, but you need to design your lifestyle. You need to design the life. You need to look at all the areas and see if you're making good use of it. Okay. So I want to go home and really, probably I will put this replay as soon as possible. Watch the replay if you need to. And go check out the books I put up there. So you can do some research on this. Give it a few days and look at your routine. If you have a job, maybe it's hard, but you can still incorporate some elements into this routine. You can get up early. You can go to bed early. You can get up early, right? So you get up early, you do something. At the beginning, if you're a newbie, you cannot really run campaigns. At that stage, your priority might be doing some learning, testing. or whatever it may be. And for me right now, my priority is campaigns. But at some point, maybe could be writing my book. I need to finish the book in the next few months. I need to incorporate into my routine. So this is a system. This is a system of your life. You can see my system is really flexible, and you don't want to stuff your day with so many to-dos. And all these things, I do not need to think, and I do it by that time automatically. Okay? And it gives me a lot of energy and gives me a good day all day long. And of course, as long as I can get my most important thing done, it gives me the jump start to my business. My business wise, I cannot ask more because I'm really happy with what I have. And you guys all know I do not have employees. The reason I do not have employees, one major reason is I designed the business to be one element only. Like I do 1 hour work, the job is done. How can I hire some employees to do the same, right? I can't, right? Some people, maybe you design your business the way you can have more employees to help you scale. But for me, I designed a way to fit my lifestyle. I think scaling people is difficult for me, but scaling technology is a lot easy. So that is why I designed this way. That's how I run my business. All the information I'm supposed to share with my private coaching clients, and they have interest to know how I run my day. I haven't got time to actually talk about this, but today there you have it. I share with you, and also this will be the same information I share with my private clients. Now you have it, totally free. And anyway, if you have questions, let me know. I will try to answer because this is not about a campaign. It's not specific, and let's see. Tony said, a great webinar. I will take account and look at my daily routine. Great. I suppose most of you guys, I don't know, maybe working from home more, or maybe if you're working from home, give me a 1. If you have a job, give me a 2. Let me see. Jan has 1, working from home. Jeffrey is 1. John is 1 and 2. Yeah, I know you have a job, and yeah. Matt is 1. Shabham is 1. Great. Looks like, yeah, a lot of people are working from home. This is very good news because you have all the flexibility. You can design a life. You do not get to interrupted by the job environment. So I'm happy for you guys if you can work from home. If you're not working from home, like the other students, coaching students, he is still doing his job. Some month he's earning 3 times of his salary. I don't understand why he doesn't quit, but I cannot push him and say you quit, right? He still need to find the security or stability in the business. So at one point, I do hope all of you can, work for yourself so you can have the freedom, okay, to design a life. Yeah, okay. If you have questions, I think today's topic is a little bit general. It's hard. It's also self-explanatory. So really not much to ask about. Maybe, yeah. Okay, I'll give you last 30 seconds. If no more questions, we will close today's call. Guna said, not sure if you got into the food you eat. I think you mentioned veggies. Are you fully vegetarian now? I am really 95% vegan. I eat most vegetables stuff. I try not to eat meat, but I'm going to free admit sometimes I I do eat a little bit when I cannot resist the temptation, and also some social occasions, you cannot um, resist maybe, but I do not beat up, over. I eat a little bit, beat myself for it. No, it's fine. I eat a little bit, but if possible, I would eat all veggie stuff. It gives you the most energy. John said, great stuff. Thanks, Eric. Um, Zatonia said, where is the Facebook group link? Let me try to find it. I think you're assuming, referring to the book, the leverage book. We should have it now. Tudor said you give us quite a bit to think about. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Goodness said great stuff as always. Thank you. All right, guys, I think that should be it. And I'm really happy to have you guys on this call. I know today's topic is different. Maybe you think this does not apply to you, but I guarantee you it does apply to you. Only when you can design a life can you come up with the real great insights and aha moments. And those moments can bring the breakthrough you look for to your business. Okay, I see you guys around, and let's talk next time. Bye now.